Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Dharam Singh, your friend, your host, your mentor. And I'm here with Ryoko. Ryoko, she's based out of San Francisco, Bay Area, the best part of the world. She is living in a most beautiful place. Anyway, so that's we're not talking about here. And Raiko accepted my invite to come and talk about her journey and with PgMP and ACP. And we also have lots of questions around agile program management. Lesson learned from lean and agile practices. So, welcome, Raiko. How are you?
Good, good. How are you? Thank you, Dharam, for having me. So I'm very excited to be here. Again, my name is Ryoko Ralston. So I'm in Bay Area, and I originally from Japan. But my dream was to work in the Silicon Valley, and it's now I'm in the close to the center of AI, so San Francisco. So I'm very fortunate to have a life here. So then my background is I working in the localization industry for over 20 years. So then I worked for the several technology companies, including Oracle and Dell and Agile technologies. So I want to share my experience and what I did for the project. So I'm very happy to talk about it today.
Okay, good, good. And thank you all of you for joining again and again. I can see some of the familiar names you come again and you learn from the web, with my guest. And I can see some of you, my potential or future guest. Also, I can see you there. So thank you and looking forward to having another webinar, great webinar with you guys as well. So today's session is exciting because one is because Reiko I've met with her in 2019 first time, and that was when I did a boot camp in Bay Area. I think March or February, March of that year. And in the same year, I moved to Bay Area after 4 or 5 months. And at that time, I met with we had a lunch, and Raiko got her daughter, little one at the time. She was little, and husband was also came. It was great meeting with you at the time. Now that little girl is now 8 year old, and she's doing great. That's great.
Yes.
So it was pleasure working with you at the time. You got your PgMP on 27th September 2023, and recently you also passed your ACP exam on 29th of October 2024. I like you to talk about your journey about PgMP, and then you gone into ACP and how it is helping you to manage your projects or programs effectively.
Okay.
Yeah, would you like to talk
Okay.
about?
Yeah, sure, of course, of course. So, John, let me start up with the PMP. So, because it's a base of the all the PMI concepts. So, I want to start from that. Is that
Mm.
okay?
Yeah.
All right. Sure, sure. Okay, thank you. So then PMP is the foundation project management concept and technique. So more suitable for any level of the professional. So no matter you are executive, still PMP concept applicable and very useful. So
Yep.
then for me, myself, that was a game changer. So but I used to be a individual contributor, which is doesn't want to change my way of working. But I to do that, keep doing that makes me swamped with a massive amount of tasks because I have to figure it out one by one. But the PMP helped me to solve those problems from the framework and individual
Yep.
competency. I'm sorry. Then PMI concept is applicable for anyone. So you can aim to get certified, but notice it's fairly challenging. So that's why we want a trainer like Dharam. So I didn't contact with you at that time, like 10 years ago for the PMP. So I wasted my time and resources a lot. So because there's too many materials in the world and lots of very expensive stuff, but even the trainer is not accredited. So that's not good. So then application writing. So that's the very big task that for the PMP. So I couldn't write down. I lost. So that's why the teacher or trainer like Dharam will give you the great recommendation. Then you can apply those writing methods to your application. So more, also that your material, so the exam simulator, right? So if you use any like internet material, that's probably not great. So, but the materials is you can easily measure you are ready for the exam or not. So that's a great cue for you to get ready and strong confident you can gain before the very challenging exam. So please find or please contact Dharam if you are thinking about journey from the next year's resolution. So that's why I wanted to recommend the approach to the great mentor like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And you got your ACP as all about target. That was, and PMI, the ACP was with easy exam. Now they made it more and more complex. And
mm,
just to tell you, just to make, give everybody a 3 hour exam. I did the ACP exam on 20th June
mm.
2014, my birthday. And I was worried why I'm doing the exam on my birthday. So the 3 hour exam, I was able to complete in 40 minutes and pass that.
Mm,
But maybe the exam, maybe I was over prepared or whatever, or exam was easy. But now the exam is become more and more complex with the three set of questions which you use for ACP, which has experience of my wife, and that she put some question with based on experience. I think the questions are great, and I'm proud of those questions. And then so my questions are around agile program management. Given that you did PgMP and also now ACP, I know you love PMI certificate. So, how are you going to apply that knowledge?
So I'm practicing the PMI practicing the PMI methodology, but also I applied a very different thing here and there. So I applied from the Scrum and also Agile and
Mm,
even that's Lean and a little bit of DevOps. So not only one methodology, but you can rigorously steal from everywhere. So that's probably what most project manager has to do, not only focusing on the Scrum methodology or ceremony. So that's you apply all the knowledge you can retrieve from the world, then make it tailored for your project. Probably it's easy and also realistic. So then I want to share my experience for the challenges for the integrated the Lean and Agile into the traditional program management. So that was for example. So I led the program. Sorry, project for process improvement to apply machine translation to our localization process. So then first, so the result was great. So 80% of cost reduction. Then the turnaround time is become like 1 to 2 minutes because we don't have to involve the outside of vendors. So that's originally from 2 days, but the turnaround time becomes significantly shorter. So then also like we were able to fully validate the new environment which has the machine translation and with the new capability implemented in the process. So that was great success for the localization team. But the challenge is, so always process improvement project progress slowly, so that without breaking the operation. So people always more flooded with their operation job. So process improvement has to be small and iterate one a little bit by little. So that was the key to success, to integrate the traditional program management and do the process improvement.
So you always in the space of learning, growing, and helping. And I can see you also go around the world for supporting PMI conferences. Whenever I talk to you, you are either in Australia or Philippines or some other countries moving around. So what are you doing? Oh, I'm attending a conference, PMI conference. What do you mean? You pay? No, PMI asks you to pay, and she's helping PMI in many ways. So it's great to connect with Raiko, and please feel free to connect with her. And always good to have good connection like Raiko. She's going to talk a lot about agile and lean practices and how you're going to be successful in your lean and agile projects, which even I'm here to also going to learn something out of this. Um, yeah, so one thing is you're going to get PDU from here, one PDU from this program, and this PDU going to be valid. People watching the recording, then you can ask for the video code for next 1 year, because the codes are valid only for 1 year. So today's date is December 6, 2024. So if you're watching before December 6th of 2025, you can request for the code. But in any case, you're going to learn whether PDU or no PDU, doesn't matter, but you're going to learn a lot from this. So my job here is to bring my guest here and the best in the industry, and take the extract as much knowledge I can from them, and put that knowledge into the knowledge pool. I have more than 300 videos recorded from the webinar. So if you go to my YouTube channel, where you will find recording of the webinars as well as recording of my podcast with Thomas and Justin and many other people. So please join those webinars, keep learning. This is all freely available, free knowledge. Why not keep learning from each other? Okay. I have actually, Raiko, as well for you. I have released my app called vCare as a Victor Care, and PM Project Management, PM Exam Mentor. So it is available already on the App Store of for iOS. iOS is coming, I think, a couple of days away. There's some issue going on, but Android you can download now and start using it. Even one question bank you can start download. ACP I have not released it because it's not complete yet, but PGMP PfMP is released. So I'm very, very proud, and I can see some people who have downloaded, they're already showing the thumbs up. They're using it. So I'm very proud of that. So thank you for using my mentoring program and using my material, and trial version for 2 days. You can try out PgMP, PMP, PfMP. A lot of features are available for free to use, and if you like it, you can subscribe monthly or 3 monthly, whatever work for you. Anyway, so that's the site. Once again, I'd like to welcome Reiko, and we're going to have lots of questions. We're going to talk about it, and guys, you have opportunity to ask questions. So please ask questions as relevant to the topic, of course, and I will put those questions to Reiko whenever is right time. And if between Raiko and me, will try to answer it. If for any reason the question is so complex we cannot figure it out, we will come back to you at a later time. But it never happened. Between me and my guest, we normally able to give you the answer.
Mhm.
Raiko, my first question I like to ask:
Mm.
what significant challenges have you faced when integrating lean and agile methodologies into
Mhm.
traditional program management frameworks,
Mm.
and how did you overcome them?
Right. So then those process improvement has to, I told you so that it has to be small pieces and that iterate as a agile methodology, right? So to do that, the prototyping first is uh, solicit the willingness to involve from the team. So that's I had a lot of energy I use lots of energy to make the people focus on the small MVP. So then why we have to do the MVPs, I understand that establish a realistic turnaround time without breaking the operation work or large program, right? So then the if you don't do the process improvement for that large environment, you're gonna be fed up with the task or manual fix. So we don't want that. So that's why I had to train the team members to focus on we have to do this. Otherwise, we're gonna fed up with the lots of massive ad hoc fix. So then other thing I worked on is include a feedback loop with the team. So yes, the people don't want to do the same thing over and over, but the feedback loop is more Kaizen for the has to happen with the Kaizen process. So the refined process for the better product is easier for them to understand. So I use the like a Tesla's production line. They are running their production line in Agile, so and Lean. So it was easy for them to, we have to process the implement the feedback loop for the better process and for hence better product. So that's easy to click the people who don't want to change. So they understand that Tesla's excellency and the existing other company that don't change much. So and that was easy for them to understand why we have to move in the Lean and Agile process.
Right. Thank you very much. Okay, so my next question again is a little lengthy question, so I will read it out for you. Can you provide specific example where lean practices noticeably improved the efficiency or quality of program you managed?
Mhm.
What lessons can program manager derive from that experience?
Mm. Okay, so I think that establish the quality standard upfront is great to make the people focus on the better production. So then I have the example for the what I did for the quality and efficiency improvement product. So I did the series of the training materials with the my localization coworker. So and it was first time for me to use the Lean and Agile framework. So the result was average like a 33% speed up production. Also, the importantly consistent quality with the higher user satisfaction. So the originally that material was existed in the developed long time. So that the existing training contents too old, then developed over time. So the look and feel is very different. So like for example, like 1 hour videos and I had various cross difference. So it's very difficult to scale. Then most of miserable things that the user don't want to use that because that it's very difficult to allocate time for the 1 hour video. So hence that update was not enough for that existing material. So that's why that leads to the overhaul of the content, training content. So I did like a 3 project. So then I thought, this was it's first time for me. So how I can run that. So then I collected the very project manager who is very open to the agile framework. So they willing to do that. So that was lucky. I was able to create the first project with them. Then what I did was like a bite-sized content, small, like a one page of the instruction and 1 to 2 minutes of video. So that makes it easy to update. Then eliminate the cross reference between the modules here and there. So that means the updates and the maintenance is very easy. So that I learned from the safe. So this has to be more go as individually. So don't worry about other components. So that I applied the safe methodology at that time. Then also establish the quality standard upfront. So first team created the components like to standardize the product, process, and the quality. So that we can retrieve the stakeholder feedback and approval, then dive into the rigorous content development. So that was the first time for them to see that process. So they are very pleased. So that leads to the continuous improvement they done. So not only the product, the process, and the people. So that's why that team become more rigorously incorporate the learning, then their behavior changed actually. So the first team um, uh, told me that more we learned how to create the content, so we can split the task into two contents developer, then accelerate the delivery. So that was very happy to see that. So now that they had the good sense of the Lean and Agile, also continuous improvement. So they are open to the more efficiency. So then eventually the project was done like 2 months. Estimate was 3 months to complete, but they accelerated and better quality and standardization.
Good. Good job. You did in 2 months, instead of 3 months, better quality, better productivity.
Mm. That's all people has the good sense of the agile and kaizen.
Okay, good job. Reiko, my next question, that is again lean and agile.
Mm.
Which lean or agile strategies have you found most effective for proactive risk identification and mitigation?
Let's see. So again, so I stated that idea from the lots of different project management methodologies. So I can say benefits are everywhere. So not only safe agile or lean, also PMI. So I use a lot. So anyhow, so um, uh, I would say that the fail-safe process design is all the methodology talking about that. So um, originally, I have experience for the working for the R&D team at the backup software company. So because of that, so data security was most important. So if we back up the data, we have to verify the data is safely stored. So that trained me, oh, I have to test when we develop any new process or product. So that's become my trait, my characteristics. Every time I see that project, hey, this one testing time is not enough. We have to test. So that's I always educate the, especially marketing or like a legal team, which is not have the sense of that testing. They only create, but they don't test. So that's I always uh, reinforce the importance of testing. So that is the fail-safe process design. So for example, that my project, what I did was that at that time, I was working for the large program which is introduce the new content management system to the marketing department. Then based on the new system, I had to create the new localization workflow. So that experience was resulted in that I didn't delay the like a 40 components down the road like a time over time like a 2 years. So because we established the fail-safe process at the early phase. Then we did the discussion with the SME for the every stage. So then interview the project manager, SME to identify the risk with them. Not only me, I cannot identify all the risks by myself. So ask the project team to identify the risk and create the risk register with them. Then prioritize them, then share the ownership with the project team. I have to, everybody busy, but you cannot, especially program manager has to oversee the big picture, but has to ask the team to have the ownership of monitoring the risk. So that is the important uh, um, task for the program manager to solicit the collaboration with the team. Then the fail-safe and problem detection. Then I also recommend use the PMO support. So if your company has the PMO, you should utilize them. So you can provide the plan that you develop with the team and see whether PMO can see any gap or improvement point. So that's bigger picture that you can identify the risk with them. So
Yeah.
that's 3 point I learned from the lots of different methodologies.
Okay. My next question is looking ahead, what emerging trends or innovations in agile and lean practices should program manager be aware of to stay ahead in the constantly evolving project management landscape?
Mm. So since I'm living in the Bay Area, which is the center of the AI technology, so definitely this one ha- mm, trend also like an opportunity for the project managers for the long term future. So I'm very big fan of AI technology. So then I'm very optimistic for the AI technology future. So then, current AI competition reminds us like a early 2000s dot-com boom, isn't it? So everybody wants to create the new stuff here and there, and very exciting, of course. So, but
Mm,
the AI is great. So we already see the broad range of use that makes creative, productive, or in many different ways. So then, compared to the 2000, we have better infrastructure, right? So even like a no code or AI enabled coding systems are available for everybody, right? So I had the experience that the learning the coding like a Python, but I always kept failing because it was very difficult for me to get the information from the internet. So, but now the uh, AI is integrated into the coding system. So I can ask how I can solve. Can you tell me to solve the bug? So yeah, sure. That's very happy to see the technology advancement. So that's I want to keep learning this time. So then also like cloud computing is available and rigorous learning materials and the best practices on the LinkedIn or internet. So that's a very different environment compared to 2000 that accelerate and make the agile and lean very easy to apply for the AI project. So
yes.
but on the other hand, the challenges I can see lots of news that the uh, big companies release, but the people not that happy. So that's interesting to see. But anyhow, so I understand that now AI technology is in the integration phase for the existing product, but the sometimes company product not successful, so like a data leak or like AI shows up the AI created contents and the AI is responding. So that's a we also said why you doing like that. So then I was thinking about how we can avoid those failure as a project management practitioner. So since I learned from the lots of methodologies, so I can see that the several point that we can sorry, project management practitioner can focus on. So first one is benefit management.
Mm,
So start from the goal. So the um, we know that the AI is not universal genius. So we know that there's a lot of things that the AI cannot do. But the clear problem definition is not made properly. So
yeah,
company executive or even the project manager for AI said, want to rush into the implement AI with high expectation. So, but
yeah,
their haste to deliver the drive this initiative is neglecting the consideration for the long-term impact. So, those what we want to solve the problem using AI is probably flipped right now. So just provide the AI, so that's not good. So that's a benefit management after we implement the AI is probably defined fast. So then, of course, we have the user to think about that. So product market fit is also needs to be carefully assessed before
mm,
we dive into the AI. Then don't over rely on the technology. So that's one thing that I have a long, long list of the opportunities. So then next one is interdependency management. So since I learned from the program management, so program manager is different from project manager. So
yeah,
identify the interdependency between the component, then manage those gap or risks. So, this one, so scalability issues. Uh, um, so deploying AI. So company understands the challenges of integrating. Sorry, companies underestimate the challenges of integrating the AI into the existing product. So that's one leads to the data leak. So someone can see the CEO's email contents. That's probably they didn't assess the how it is difficult to apply AI technology into the existing product. So that's why I'm keep emphasize testing a lot. So that means an iterative approach is required. So importance of the validation. Then we know agile is a powerful process. Iterate, make it test, iterate. So that's a great way we can apply different from the 2000 early 2000s .com boom. So we can definitely can do that. So the lastly, so ethical regulatory concerns. So
mm,
again, so rushing through applying the AI, probably we missing the how it's going to be safe for the people, right? So since we learned from the PMI concept that the ethical and the
mm.
understand the people's concern as a project manager. So this one, I it's always has to think about it. So that's project manager already learn from the PMI. So I highly recommend to focusing on it.
Yeah. So look, agile and AI. AI itself is a big thing, which we everybody talking about. Looks like soon we will be so much dependent on our artificial intelligence. It will be difficult for us to differentiate whether we are artificial intelligence or we have created artificial intelligence. So yeah, I mean, actually, it's a very good technology, which is sometimes when you get the response from the Chat GPT, hang on, how this can give me in few seconds such a great information in a very refined format. But it's a great thing. Only thing is how you use it.
Mm.
You ask, hey, can you give me something? Can you write some statement of work for me? Can you write an email for me? No, it will not. It will give you something, but you need to provide the content, starting point. The right content will give you, and with the artificial intelligence or Chat GPT, give you better response. And don't just rely on that. Read it, understand it, and make sure it is in line with your thought process. Because looks great, but hang on, no, it's not the way I like to present. So your presentation should be the way you do this. And I think that Chat GPT also have but when you provide some supporting other documents information, it do sense the writing style you have adopted. So along with that, or you can talk to the Chat GPT, hey, can you help me to write this information in this format? Don't put headings. Just give me paragraph or number them. Can you highlight the keywords? Can you do this? Can you not write the conclusion? Do this. You believe it or not, and it's like a human. You talk to talking to machine, but the response you get out of that is beyond your imagination. And I'm sure it's something I'm talking now. Which if I have talked the same thing 5 years ago, it's a wow, this is amazing. But I'm sure most people already experience this the way ChatGPT helping. Some people are using for writing the RFP responses, statement of work, and they're getting great results. So use this technology and merge managing the agile way of doing things, small pieces, iterate them, learn from that, and go back to the using the Chat GPT. And I mean, I cannot believe how it is helping so many people in various ways. Okay. So as you are suggesting, use the technology, learn from it. Believe it or not, if we hate or like, we have to live with it. It's like when computers was introduced long time back, people were thinking, "Hey, my job will be gone. I will be, I don't know anything about computers, so and so." We have to live with it. We are living with the computers. So if you are the person hating the computer, you probably already out of the business. But now knowing that Chat GPT or Galaxy or whatever they're now new, everybody trying to bring their own. Try to see which one will give you the best opportunity. Okay, and yeah, I came back from one of the organization. They are very fast growing company. I did a PfMP program for them, and they were talking about enterprise Chat GPT. Within a chat within organization they're going to use it using the data points they have, and that can help them to identify the risk, that can help them to create the statement of work, or maybe identify the risk register, all kind of things they're doing. So look, this is going to, if you are into the project management, program management, portfolio management, or this is going to help you enormously. I'm talking this again in every of any of my webinar, wherever is artificial intelligence. I myself was, a big fan of artificial intelligence, AI. Okay, my next question: promoting PMI methodology to the localization industry. What that
Yes,
means?
yes. Yes. So I'm working for localization industry over 20 years, but I don't see the much PMP certification holder. So I want to express the benefit of learning from PMI methodology for my localization industry friends. So the why I'm saying that traditionally localization happens at the end of the product life cycle. So localization leaders, because of that, trying to involve the upstream decision making in their company, but not all the team can involved in that upstream yet. So the challenge I see is that the companies consider that localization as a cost center, which is not true. So then they don't create. Then the people, upper management is sometimes show the like attitude like don't localization doesn't create the value for the company like R&D can do that, but that's also not true.
Yeah.
So then people misunderstand that localization is just translating or copying the product into foreign language, which is not true either. So then that means that the localization can be happen like until the wait until the end. So that's it. That's the end of the process. So it's not true. So then also like often localization team member work on silo, which is can be done in silo. Then don't avoid the change. So because they are pretty much focusing on the make the process operational, which is understandable. So but those missing collaboration with the different layer makes the localization bring to the upstream planning because we couldn't gain the credibility from the different layers. We are still in silo. So that's why I want to recommend the localization leaders to apply and utilize the PMI methodology in the different layer because they have the great certification PMP, also PgMP and PfMP. So I want to break down the information a little bit more deeper to utilizing this time. So then, before dive into, so reason why we should learn from PMI methodology. So the PMBOK guide, so project management body of knowledge. So that's the provides a comprehensive framework and standards for the project management. So before I took the PMP certification, I was a localization specialist, which is manage the project, also reviewing the translation. So if I don't have a PMP knowledge, I can run the project, yeah. But the problem was I have to figure out how to tackle the problem from the scratch. I didn't have much information or guidance that how to tackle those project issues. So, but once I studied in the Pinbook guide, so that gave me a various approach from people, from process, and the business environment. So I don't have to figure it out anymore. So if I look into the book, there's an answer always. That's amazing. So that enhance my ability to adapt to any kind of management concept or business environment because there's a lots of information from outside of the PMIs already included, even Agile, Scrum, Safe, and Lean, or even DevOps idea too. So if you run the Pinbook guide, you can adapt to any environment or layer. So that's the base of the management concept you can learn in one place. So that's all something that I have to emphasize. So then project manager, if your team understand the concept, you guys cohesively connected with the PMI standard. So Dharam mentioned that I'm participate in the PMI conference a lot. Then I meet lots of PMI friends. So I noticed the one great trait is so they are a great leader, but also a great collaborator. They know when to lead. Then they know when to become a collaborator, then become a great team collaborator. So that one, as I learned from PMP, everybody can apply that type of the trait. So that's one thing that the reason PMI learning is great. So then the PMI PMBOK guide not only provide the framework, but also individual competency from the exam content outline. So PMBOK is like a $70 right now, as I remember. Then, but the exam content outline is can be downloaded from the PMI website. Free, it's free. So there's a lots of items that the individuals can start right now at this moment. It's free, so you can apply the concept as action items and demonstrate to your team or manager. So then also manager can measure the performance based on that exam contents outline items. So you can use as a measure of the competency that the project manager in your team can demonstrate. Then also the PMI is now a 50 years old organization, but they are still adapting the new business climate and provide timely resources. So PMI practitioners provide the feedback like I do. And the PMBOK guide itself is updated like every 3 to 5 years. So that's they are still progressing and changing. Then also exam questions are created and go through multiple review and by the PMI practitioners from various industries. I saw lots of like a consulting company and a high tech company, so healthcare, or even government people. So all that knowledge is collected in the PMBOK guide and exam. So you can apply those knowledge any field. So that's also a great thing. So then also PMI acquires companies to have the expertise from lots of fields. So recently they to acquire the Cognilytica, which is AI and machine learning best practice training vendor. So they provide certification too. So that group provides a valuable insights and research on the AI. So that's it's a very useful item. They, as I know that the PMI's AI assistant is released this last year, so you can use that as the to consult your project plan, and you can identify how should approach your field. So those AI technology to incorporate into your project, you can easily access to that uh, platform. So then also they recently acquired the PMI Project Management Office Global Alliance. So that is a PMO related certification. I also took that exam. So they provide a great framework for the PMO to deliver the value for the organization. So those new technology on the new concept is PMI is observing and incorporate their material. So that's why I great resources, learning resources from the PMI. So before I go into the breakdown into the PMP and certification detail, any comments, Dharam?
No, I don't comment. I don't have any comments here, but yeah, thank you for sharing knowledge about how the PMI methodology, localization, especially PMP, PMBOK, you can bring it to utilizing that information in your in your projects and program. Um, so what does it take to move into Agile Program Manager role from the Agile Project Manager or Scrum Master role?
Yes, so that. difference between project manager and program manager is pretty much you can focus on finding the interdependencies, then optimize the process as a whole. So not only for your project, so don't be mediocre. So that's still uh, individual contributor, but program manager really needs to focus on the interdependency between project or components. So that's the biggest difference I learned from the PMI PgMP study. So that's probably you can start from today. Look at the other, start talking with the other project managers and whether you can find out interdependency. Then if you can optimize as a whole, you will be a great agile program manager. So please keep it in mind, interdependency management.
Okay. So as a program manager, the one thing important for people to note, you are managing multiple Scrum team, multiple Agile team. So in many of the Agile, they call it Scrum of Scrums. So that means your multiple Scrum teams, you're going to align them, coordinating with them to get the best out of every Scrum team and get the benefit for the organization. So that's the advantage of you as a going as a program manager, not just a Scrum Master or project manager. You can see things holistically and you can keep your stakeholder informed about the benefit we are delivering holistically. So that's the biggest difference you will bring as a program manager in agile space. Yeah,
Yes,
and
indeed.
having in yeah, knowledge of the standard for program management and the PGMP will add more value. Great stuff. Thank you. Thank you. Let me talk about my next. I will ask next question. How can risk be effectively identified, monitored, controlled, and mitigated during project life cycle?
Mm.
This is yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I probably mentioned earlier
Yeah.
during my discussion. So maintain the prioritize the risks is very important with the team. With the team, you are you are looking overseeing that program or bundle of the project, but you have to rely on the team. Then find the risks and with them, then monitor and control with the team. So you again you cannot manage all the risks by yourself. So ask your team member to monitor control the lower probability risks. Then, so that you can focus on the most critical risk so that it won't happen. So those distribution of the disk is probably easy for your program management and also the project managers. That's my recommendation.
Yeah. Yeah. So look, risk management is full life cycle where you identify the risk with the help of the team member or the various SMEs, somebody who understands the risk, and you capture those risks into your risk register. You analyze them. You come up with risk rating, prioritization, and then keep an eye on them and monitor control. So this is a full life cycle, and of course you can apply in your predictive project management or adaptive or agile project management, one way or other. But risk is one of the important area where if you can identify the risk early enough, you can be you can be you can be better prepared. And if you know this is about to happen, you have mitigation for that, then you can be ready to deal with the situation. Great. My last question is any example on application of agile approach to IT infrastructure or telecom program or projects? What do you think?
So the telecom project is probably I should not I don't know much about, but IT infrastructure. So I work with the IT folks a lot. So then I observed that the visualization of the infrastructure is sometimes often missing. So when I working for a marketing department, so marketing department want to create a lot, then want to introduce the new system. Then at that time, we don't have the IT architecture to incorporate that new system. So that created the ma- mm, already delay to start the new initiative, which is come from the executive level. So keeping updating the infrastructure map probably is very agile to help being agile for your program or initiative. So to prepare for the new change, environment, the environment keeps changing. So updating and visualize the infrastructure is probably very helpful. Also, like IT people is pretty much manage the update, system updates and the upgrades. So that's probably should combine to the like a calendar to assess the impact in the year round. So that you can roll back the updates when the issue happens. So those like a visualization of the infrastructure and the update calendar may be help for the your agile approach for the IT team.
Yeah, so it's not very common to use agile in IT infrastructure or telecom, but yes, yeah, as you mentioned, we can use portion of that. Some agile methods can work better, some may not work, but use the best out of these approaches. Maybe daily Scrum can be useful. Having a Kanban board where you can see everything together, visualization, that all thing can be applied. Yeah, some IT infrastructure can be long duration, then it's not the ideal or the best solution for that, but use the best whatever you can from Agile. So, Raiko, it was great. Thank you very much for your contribution. I'm very honored to have you here, and you did share a lot of interesting things, and I'm sure people found them useful. So great, thank you very much. And I'd like to thank all of you guys to join. I know you guys are busy and you come and join this program, and I appreciate that. So I've shared the PDF code. If you have not noted down, please do that. And anything I can help you, guide you, or whatever way I can help you, please reach out to me. I will share some of the links again, which you have not seen in case you're not. So please take a note of these. I do have the coupon code. I know a couple of people are interested to join my program. This coupon code can help you to save some money. So please use it, which expires very soon. So if you're joining my program, let me know. Anyway, and you can book my time, by the way. So anybody interested to talk to me, you can book my time by just say talk to Dharam. www.talktodharam.com. That's simple. I don't think anybody can forget. So I like to thank you and thank you all of you and wish you good luck in whatever you're doing today or tomorrow, and enjoy your day. Enjoy it. Okay. Thank you, Raiko. Thank you all. Bye now. Take care.